We finally got a PlayStation State of Play showcase after what seems like practically like a reveal drought coming out of PlayStation. There was nothing for quite some time, to be honest. And, 2024 has not been very well for PlayStation. They had a major cancellation of Concord, a $400 million loss on that game. And they even subsequently ended up canceling other live service projects because of that mishap. They did win Game of the Year with Astrobots. Bear in mind, I voted for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. But once again, congratulations. Let's talk about the State of Play, because this is where PlayStation can really market what fans and players can expect 2025 and moving forward. So let's talk about their first reveal, and this was Saros. This is a new game developed by Housemarque, and I am super stoked for this because Housemarque worked on the Returnal video game, which was one of my personal exclusive titles coming out of PlayStation. Highly underrated. It's basically a AAA roguelike, never seen before. And I am so glad that Saros is technically like a spiritual successor to Returnal, as it's going to basically take a lot of the elements, the core elements of Returnal, and bring it into this new original story. And this is basically a new game set on a planet called Carcosa that is under the threat of an ominous eclipse. Players will take on the role of Arjun Devraj, who is a powerful Soltari enforcer searching for answers on a lost off-world colony. A lot of sci-fi lingo, but basically just expect another high-quality AAA bullet hell shooter roguelike coming out 2026. We got a confirmed date for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It's going to be coming out on August 28th, 2025. Still waiting on Konami to come out with a new Castlevania, but that's just me. Also, another confirmed date for Borderlands 4 is coming out in September 23, 2025. We actually got a whole gameplay trailer for for this anticipated sequel, showcasing a lot of the new classes, their abilities, the wacky guns as usual. So yeah, super stoked for that. Then we have Onimusha, Way of the Sword, a new trailer that shows off gameplay and the new protagonist. This is a cult classic franchise that's in a way getting a revival. I remember looking at some of the reactions from fans. So glad this is coming back to the limelight. You can expect it to release in 2026. Then we have a very strange new IP. And this one's called Tides of Annihilation. It's a action RPG that combines intense breakneck combat and an immersive narrative in an unforgettable setting. It's apparently taking place in an alternate modern London that has been taken over by otherworldly forces. And you take on the role of Gwendolyn, and will be able to call in the Knights of the Round Table to help her in her combat. It's a weird mix of dark fantasy with Arthurian legend, mythos, all coming together to create this very epic looking action adventure game. It's coming out in very, very soon. It's called Tides of Annihilation. Check out the trailer. Then the remastered game that nobody asked for, and I'm serious, Days Gone Remastered, is coming out in April 25 of this year, when all this time people and fans have been begging Sony, for God's sake, please come out with a Bloodborne remaster, please come out with a PC port. This is how Sony responds. Still making some major fumbles there at Sony. And no gripe, and no one. I don't want to criticize those who love Days Gone and they have enjoyed it, but it just doesn't feel like this is the game that was on demand to be remastered. Just feels like something's off at Sony. I don't know what to say. It's bewildering, to say the least. Then we have Lies of P, the prequel DLC expansion set to release this summer. I'm super stoked. I was one of those people who kind of doubted Lies of P until I played it. and it's one of the better Souls-like games out there, and I'm super stoked for this. I'm definitely going to buy it day one. It's coming out in summertime, so I'm super stoked. There was a few more also teasers to Monster Hunter Wilds, which is honestly going to be coming out very soon. I know a lot of fans out there. I had a friend who just jumped into Monster Hunter, the previous one. He's addicted. He cannot stop. Also, by Supermassive Games, they're working on something called Directive 8020, and this is going to be their new take on a sci-fi exploration horror game. You know, they've always dabbled with a lot of more, grounded horror, with a little bit of mythos here and there, but a sci-fi horror, I wish them all the best. They're always been known to pull off some high-quality cinematic horror experiences, and I hope they pull it off with this one. Another one is Midnight Walk. This is a stunning stop-motion first-person action adventure game coming out from the same studio who made it was called Just Random or So Random. I played that one many years back, really liked it, especially because, again, I love games that have a very unique art direction to them, and this is one of them as well. You have to really see the trailer to understand what I mean. I mean, a stop-motion video game, you don't get those a lot. It's extremely rare, which is why I beg you guys to keep your eyes on this. It's coming out on May 8th of this year, and will also be on PSVR 2. So it's also going to have a virtual reality alternate as well. And one more, Five Nights at Freddy's. This is a franchise that's going to be going on for quite some time. They're coming out with a new spinoff called Secret of the Mimic, and it's going to bring back players to the horror franchise. I mean, I think at this point, FNAF has its own hardcore fan base that if any new spinoff or new sequels come out, people are going to play it. So in this one, players will face off against a foe who can become the other animatronic characters. But because if you think about it, that's not scary enough if you think. So I'm super stoked for this as well. I mean, I've not played all the FNAF games, but I love the fan base. I love the culture behind it, the community. It is such a great franchise that kind of came out of nothing and has become now this really successful series. So kudos to that. They haven't really revealed when it's going to come out exactly, but it will be coming out, I'm sure, sometime this year. And those are the biggest announcements from the PlayStation State of Play of 2025. If I missed out on anything, do let me know. If there were some favorite moments, some favorite reveals that you were super surprised and so happy to see, let me know as well. Share your thoughts and opinions right here on the Evening Buzz. And that pretty much wraps it up here for the Evening Buzz. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next episode every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, keeping you guys busy and entertained all throughout the week and shift, only here on Pulse 95. This is Michaela Tia signing out. Have a good one.